Hello, welcome to my channel, Arsenal Hot News. In order to continue watching the best Arsenal news, just be patient and subscribe to us. We are proud of Arsenal fans wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Arsenal has only won one of its last 5 games, signaling a decline in their Premier League title challenge. Arsenal has dropped to 4th place in the standings as a result, 5 points behind league leaders Liverpool. Although first-choice target Ivan Toney appears destined to stay at Brentford until the end of the season, supporters are eager for Arsenal to recruit a new striker this month. A move to the Emirates has also been linked to players like Joshua Zirkzee, Borja Mayoral, and Victor Osimhen, but Arsenal's summer spending binge means they don't have much money this month. The £50 million rated midfielder Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad is also on Arsenal's transfer want list. But it seems more probable that they will target him in the summer. Smith-Emile Rowe is expected to sign with a Premier League opponent of Arsenal. He really is a fantastic talent, in my opinion. Would any of the elite Premier League managers be considering signing him? Aside from the top 3 out of 4. Indeed, former Premier League manager Alan Pardew stated, "I think there would be good interest and you would get good value for him in this window, so that is a possibility." Rio Ferdinand has pushed Arsenal to try to sign Alexander Isak, a star player for Newcastle. Ferdinand stated, "Isak, by the way, if I am Arsenal, then I am going all out and buying him. Newcastle is unable to spend. They did not receive FFP. I believe he has another leap ahead of him, transfer to Real Madrid. Before that. It said somewhere that Newcastle must sell before they can repurchase. Should I be Newcastle, I wouldn't sell him. He's not going anywhere. Not even when you bring in the big names. He is the best, in my opinion. Dusan Vlahovic is back to his best, according to Juventus manager Massimiliano Allegri, and Arsenal is considering a bid for the striker, after Vlahovic scored twice against Sassuolo. Allegri commented, "He played a good game. He was so much more composed." Ivan Toney has reaffirmed his aim to play for a Premier League team amid speculations of a possible transfer to Arsenal. "Although it's never certain when it's best to relocate, I believe it's clear that I want to play for a Premier team. Everyone aspires to play for a Premier team that is contending for championships," Toney stated to Sky Sports. "Who knows, maybe January may be the ideal month for a club to come in and make the necessary payment. However, my primary goal is to perform like I do on the pitch and allow the supporting work fall into place. In order to give Arsenal greater flexibility in the transfer market, Mikel Arteta may decide to change his mind about selling Emile Smith-Rowe in the upcoming months." During the summer window, the Gunners made significant purchases, spending a record £105 million on Declan Rice and further money on transactions involving Kai Havertz and Jurrien Timber. This expenditure was made a full year after the club had spent big money in the summer of 2022 to sign players like Oleksandr Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal is in a strong position to contend for the Premier League title this season after losing out on the championship fight the previous year, but they will once more require reinforcements. However, it's unclear how much Arteta will have to pay. In terms of Arsenal's financial fair play obligations, raising extra money through player sales would provide them some leeway. Smith-Rowe is one such player who is probably going to draw interest. The Athletic has revealed that, despite Arteta's continued desire to hold on to Smith-Rowe, Arsenal's stance on the adaptable midfield player may change because any money obtained from the sale of an academy product such as Smith-Rowe would be considered pure profit. London, United Kingdom, January 7. Prior to Arsenal vs Liverpool in the Emirates FA Cup third round at Emirates Stadium on January 7, 2024 in London, England. Arsenal's Emile Smith-Rowe watches from the replace. According to Robbie Savage, Liverpool and Manchester City will be the final 2 clubs competing for the Premier League Championship. The columnist for the Mirror thinks that Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp's experience will be essential to maintaining a challenge this season despite opposition from teams like Arsenal, Villa, and Tottenham. To Football Digest, Savage said, "Only 2 teams, in my opinion, Man City and Liverpool, can win the Premier League this year. With all of Spurs' injuries, I believe that Mickey van de Ven's return was a big bonus. However, I also believe that it will be too late by the time they get all of their players back together because they are currently lacking in quality. Spurs can't win it, in my opinion. The reason I believe that: Arsenal is reportedly interested in signing Wolves defender Ryan Toney, according to Football Transfers. According to the source, Liverpool has conducted conversations about a move for Toney, while Arsenal encountered resistance from Wolves after making a failed bid for the fullback. Wolves allegedly won't allow him to go this month unless they receive a proposal of at least £50 million. Emmanuel Petit, an Arsenal star, has cautioned his old team against pursuing Karim Benzema in spite of their recent inability to score goals. The World Cup champion from 1998 said to compare.bet, "How much is Benzema? What do you think Benzema will make in Saudi Arabia? No English club, in my opinion, will be able to provide him the same financial offer. It's up to Benzema to decide if he returns, but at 34 and having won everything with Real Madrid, I don't think he'll want to play in the Premier League because it's too physically demanding and too mentally taxing. I have the utmost respect for him because he played for arguably the biggest club in the world and had great success there, but it's not La Liga. I don't think Arsenal should want Benzema. I think they should target someone else." Even while Arsenal is focused on winning this season, they are also keeping an eye out for future stars. In 19 League Two games, the 18-year-old Angers midfielder has 5 goals and 2 assists, mostly coming off the bench. Sport Witness reports that L'Equipe, along with Bundesliga teams Eintracht Frankfurt and VfB Stuttgart, have kept tabs on the teenager's progress, and that Arsenal and a League One team are among the clubs interested in seeing what happens to him. Although no firm offer has been made, there have reportedly been advances in the last few hours, thus a January move has not been ruled out. The Gunners, according to former Arsenal defender William Gallas, are lacking a nasty midfield player similar to former captain Granit Xhaka, who was traded to Bayer Leverkusen during the summer. Gallas told Gambling Zone, "You need a midfielder who can be a bit nasty. That player was Xhaka. He would make tackles, play harsh football, and send a message to opponents that Arsenal is a team not to be trifled with. They don't seem to have that player." Rice is a skilled athlete. Although he's performed admirably at Arsenal, they need a player who can perform that role next to him. Nonetheless, Guardiola and Arteta work together as assistant coaches at City, so everything Arteta is doing with Arsenal is also what Guardiola is doing with City. That kind of player hasn't been on any City teams led by Pep. Xhaka has football skills. This month, Crystal Palace player Michael Olise has been linked to Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea. TalkSport is now claiming that Arsenal has joined the race. According to the article, Olise's new contract, which he signed at the beginning of the season, has a release provision that will go into effect in the summer, and the Gunners have allegedly been alerted to it. According to Mirror Football, the release clause is approximately £60 million.